Heidi ho, good neighbors. What's going on? It's Phil Russert. Uh, having a day. Anyway, so gonna talk a few things about football publishing and yada 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 and all that stuff. And you're probably tuning in to see if I'm gonna vent or I'm gonna rant because that's why we tune in, right? We want the negativity, not the positivity. So, yes, it's passive aggressiveness and sarcasm all in one. Anyway, I'm not going to really go on a big rant or anything because if I express any frustration, I get constant messages about how I shouldn't do that. So I'm just going to say I look forward to the day where Philbo Publishing becomes very successful and I'm a respected name in the industry because I don't want anybody sucking up to me or kissing up to me. I don't want fame because I want to be a somebody. I just want to show people that you could still be respectful and still have integrity and still treat people that haven't gotten their break yet with a genuine respect, professionalism. I look forward to that day. And I guess I'll just leave it at that because there's too many in this industry that either their egos are too bloated or they just don't respect anybody else's time because they think you need them more than they need you or whatever the case may be. And I just it's a little frustrating at times. It gets to me at times. So that's the way it is. But I'm leaving it there. And I'm going to move on. Who's in here? Michael Ratliff, what's going on? I want positivity. There's a difference between negativity and realism. Yeah, look, I mean, I'm not going to say I wasn't frustrated. I wasn't going to say that, I didn't get no. It's just when it happens too frequently, this isn't about people who didn't get back to me because sometimes things get in the way. It happens. I get it. Sometimes you got to follow up a few times. So that's not about that. And I felt bad because there were a few people, I won't mention them, that saw the post and they thought I was talking about them. I'm not. I wasn't. I'm talking about you have it's one thing if I elect to reach out to you and you don't get back to me, well, that's me choosing to put that energy into that interaction, right? So I'm fine with that. It does get crazy. It gets annoying after a while. If it's 3 months, you've messaged somebody a few times and don't respond, but I'm deciding to put the energy in. But when you're reaching out to me or I'm speaking with you and you're going back and forth with me on emails, asking me to send you stuff, you're interested, you want to work with me, blah, 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 and we're going back and forth with each other. And then all of a sudden you disappear or you give me some excuse why we're not going to continue forward. Well, then you have initiated the energy and made me expend energy that I don't want to expend or have. And that's when I get frustrated. Just don't waste my time. You're interested, you're not interested. If you're not interested and you tell me, look, I'm not interested, I'm a grown man. I can handle it. Business is business, But if I reach out and you say, yes, we're definitely interested, or yes, I want to work with you, I want to do this, then let's go. There's too many wishy-washy, flaky people. I don't know if they placate, maybe things change because there's too many cooks in the kitchen. I don't know. But then when they do you wrong, they're not even apologetic about it. It's like, oh man, whatever, see ya. Or they ghost you. So I don't believe in that. I think it's very unprofessional. You can question my professionalism as far as my honesty, and when I come out here, that's fine too. You're welcome to. I'm not going to argue. But there's a certain, correspondence to me is important, right? And how you correspond and when you correspond. And like I said, there are times where you can't get back to people, or you look at the message and Facebook shows you looked at it, but you were in the middle of something, you forgot to come back. And so that stuff happens. That's fine. But if you're emailing me back and forth for weeks and you're asking me to do things and then you just ghost me, no, that's a very disrespectful thing to do, and I have no patience for that. So that's what that post was about. That was that. What's up, John? What do you mean you never got back to me? I don't remember. Hey, Rally, what's going on? So, that's what that was about. Not angry, just a little frustrated. We all get frustrated at times. But what does frustrate me, and I'm going to be honest, is there are a lot of indie creators that are really talented and they're putting out quality books and they're not getting the attention. I don't begrudge anybody's success, whether it's a booby book, a horror book, a superhero book, a romance book, whatever the book, there's a market for it, right? There's people that want to buy it, and I think that's great. And we fill those markets, you fill those niches. So I don't begrudge anybody's success. So this isn't a me getting upset with anybody for being successful by any means. But it is frustrating for me when you're putting out indie people that I see putting out quality books and they can't gain traction. And I think part of it is people buy your book, but then they put it on a pile and they don't get to read it for a while. Part of it is I think people don't read PDFs, but they buy the PDFs. Part of it is because I really think that we've created this culture of celebrity worship where we will follow something that is not quality just because a great name is attached to it, but we won't give a chance to something that doesn't have a well-known name attached to it. And it's a very weird phenomenon. It's the same phenomenon that if you're you're looking at someone's post and say a big name responds to that post, all of a sudden everybody's going to like that big name's response and say something to that person. Just say, "Hey, look at me, talk to me, please. Hi, I'm your biggest fan." I don't really get all that. I never did. I was never a celebrity worshiper, but we've created a beast because some of these people have egos and think they're above you and too good for you, or they want to charge you an arm and a leg for a sketch that looks like a 3-year-old drew. So, but we are at fault for that. But anyway, as I go on my tangent, um, um, and it's hard because there are a lot of quality, talented indie people that just are struggling so hard while they work their day job to try to get a little traction, and they can't. I was very lucky. I wrote tragedy and had it in people's hands in 4 months. Right, it was my first thing I ever wrote. But you know what? It I did 10 grand on the very first campaign, and I had 220 backers. And is that huge numbers? No, but I'm grateful. Those are big numbers for a first campaign, right? And we grew and went to 13 grand, and almost 300 backers, and tragedy's been successful. Grateful. I'm very grateful. Dynamics, not so much. I know it's a different niche than tragedy. Um, but it's a quality book. And this isn't a rant because dynamics isn't where I want it to be. I mean, it is frustrating, but it's just looking at the industry as a whole. I keep hearing indie is where to go, but people aren't really throwing their money at indie. They're not really supporting it. I think on Kickstarter, they're collecting covers. They like booby books, um, or they follow a big name, right? But the guy that doesn't fit any of those categories, they're not doing a booby book and they're not a big name. Where is their niche? Where is their support? You know, I mean, like I've had people say, "Dude, I love what you're doing. You're awesome, and I support you. I wish I had the money to back your book." And then I see them backing 10 other books on Kickstarter. So you really just don't want to back my book, which is fine. But it is what it is. Um, but honestly, if you don't support indie books with your, I hate to say this because I just want my book out there. It's not about money as far as me wanting to be greedy and give me money, 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 because I could do a lot of things to get more money. Um, but if you don't support with backing financially, uh, it's hard for indie people to continue creating books because their budgets, their budgets are tight as it is, and it's very difficult. So I do not think the industry. I think that somebody talked and everybody believed it. No, I don't think superhero books are not sustainable at all. I think Invincible was sustainable. It's now a cartoon. I think we just have to write good superhero stories, right? And they have to be interesting. That's what I think. And but I don't think. I mean, superheroes are what comics are built on. So I can't see them going the way of the dodo. There might be phases where superheroes aren't the thing right now, but no, I don't think superheroes are going to go the way of the dodo. They're what made super comic books comic books. Um, I do think there's an inflated market right now. I'm live. What? Hi. I'm live in front of a bunch of people. Can I help you? Come give me a hug then. Honey, I'm live right now, honey. Sorry. Image Comics was supposed to be the place for indie creators, but now it's the place for Marvel and DC creators while they need to take a break and make more money. You know what? I am going to have to agree with that 1000%. I mean, they may let one or two new people slip through, come in. But yeah, I agree. The market is so tight and the industry is tight right now. I get that they're looking for guarantee investments. I do understand that business side of things. I do. But if we're regurgitating the same people, the same writers, the same talent, the same ideas, the same stories, where does the future of comics go? I mean, you're going to have to take a chance on somebody at some point, right? I mean, I remember when Todd McFarlane came out and everybody said to him, "You can't have Spider-Man's knee behind his head. That's just silly." And what is with the spaghetti webbing? You can't do that. And they kept telling McFarlane, "You that's ridiculous." And he said, "F you. I'm doing what I'm doing." And now everybody draws Spider-Man in a pose that is McFarlane based and spaghetti webbing. Everyone, everyone. No disrespect to Ditko, obviously, and Stan Lee and stuff. They're amazing, but right now in these generations now, it's the McFarlane Spider-Man that everybody bases positions on and webbing. So the industry, I think, has gone away from taking those chances and trying to try someone new. They want to regurgitate the same stuff, and that's our fault because we keep buying it. I mean, comic sales are down. I think Batman does like 134,000 issues a month, and that's their highest seller. Where in the old days that would have been middle of the pack. It wouldn't be the top. So I wonder if readership is down because there's so much other stuff out there, right? There's so much other entertainment. There's manga, there's movies, there's anime, there's cartoons, there's internet, there's politics, there's prose books, there's video games, there's everything. Um, but it does get frustrating when you're busting your ass and and look, I know every creator thinks they have the best product, right? They think my book is great, my art is great, my writing is great. I get it, and not all of it is great. I do understand that. But there are books that look quality and people don't even give them a try. They don't even bat an eye at them. They don't blink. They're like, part of that is they're probably saying, I can spend $5 on a Batman book that I'm confident will at least have good art and a writer I like, as opposed to $15 on Kickstarter for somebody's book that could be shit. And I get that. It's just unfortunately we don't have the print run. So it's like this vicious cycle, right? You don't want to back the book, so the price can't come down. If the price doesn't come down, you don't back the book. It's this really vicious cycle. If enough people back a book, the print run goes up, the print cost goes down. I mean, there are printers that it could be anywhere from $2.80 to $4.30 per book printed, depending on how many you get, right? I mean, because you're essentially looking at print on demand runs. If you do 50 people on a Kickstarter, you're ordering 55 to 80 books. Dude, I'm not getting any breaks on printing on 80 books. The printer doesn't give you a break. You're going to spend $4 a book. And then we're paying for stretch goals that we're adding in there to incentivize you to buy. So that costs money to print. And then Kickstarter takes its 11%, and you're paying to create the book, right? So that $15, we're losing money. We're still losing money. And I get as a fan, as a consumer, it's hard for you to say, well, $15, but you go spend $15 on a variant cover of Boobies, or $40. You'll spend $15. You'll spend $100 on cigarettes or weed or beer, and so is it really that the $15 is too much, or it's just you don't want to give this a try? You automatically feel it's not going to be worth your money because we piss away $15, $20 on worse. I mean, a Starbucks cup of coffee is like $8 now, right? You piss that out in about an hour. So it's really a matter of what you want to do. So it gets hard, and you try to reach new people, and you're trying to reach, and you think in this day and age of Facebook and social media, it'd be easy to reach so many people. And here's the thing: it is and it isn't. The algorithms hurt you, but there are a way to beat the algorithms, which I do all the time. I get tons of eyes on my stuff, but that doesn't mean they're pulling the trigger. You can give a ton of likes, you can give a ton of hearts, and you can give a ton of shares, and I do appreciate all of them. But if it doesn't lead to physical backing of the book, spending money, at the end of the day, then you can't continue. You have to make money to survive. Um, what do we got in the comments? I think it's only a repetition of the same trope of superhero books is unsustainable. There's the rub. It has to be new and different, like you said. Always comes down good. Yeah, Connie. And what's funny is look at Jeff Johns on Aquaman. That shows you that even if you had it's the same archetypes, right? Because there's only so many superhero archetypes you can have. There's Batman, there's Superman, there's Wonder Woman, there's the speedster, there's you know what I'm saying? There's the time traveler. So the teleporter. We've gone through so many powers over 70 plus years. There's only so many new ones you can create, right? It'll be rare. So it's okay if you have the same superhero archetype, but write it different, write it interesting, right? I mean, Lord of the Rings was more Dungeons and Dragons, but it was written interesting. It was characters you can relate to. Invincible was Superman, basically, right? But he wrote it differently, and it was interesting, and it was graphic, and it was different. So, aesthetically, of course, hopefully you get something that's eye-catching. Like, I think Tragedy is very eye-catching. I get a lot of compliments on my character design for her. I didn't draw her, but I designed her, and Ricardo did a wonderful job. Thank you, Ricardo. You seem really disappointed, but you should be at all. You're giving indie creators inspiration, quality product, quality characters, constantly, so you keep your chin up in tremendous future. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You know what it is it's not even that, because I'm going to plug along. I'm going to do what I do. I can take the punches. It was just recently the lack of respect because you're not a name sometimes gets to me. I want to be respected for my accomplishments. And, there are some people in this industry that unless you can serve a purpose for them or you're a big name they can ride on, they have no use for you. They won't even respond to you, and it gets frustrating. It gets frustrating. And when you look at what Marvel's putting out and people are eating it up, and then you're fighting hard, like, I'm not going to lie, and this is going to sound like a bitter little asshole, and fine, call me a bitter little asshole. Maybe I am. But Tragedy is a really interesting story. It's getting a lot of great reviews, and she's an interesting character design, right? So I think she'd make a great, like, Daredevil-like real life show. Now, she's not just an urban street fighter. There's a lot of magic and mysticism and martial arts and metahumans, and there's other stuff. We'll watch She-Hulk and fight over it was good or bad. I personally think it was terrible, but you won't give Tragedy a shot or my friend Rabbit's Badass Song a shot, or the Relentless Tin Soldier. It can be frustrating. Now, it's part of the process. Look, I'm just frustrated right now. I'll be fine tomorrow. We'll move. We'll do what we got to do. But thanks, Aaron. You just want more. I just feel confident that if more eyes were on it and gave it a chance, it would catch fire and you'd see. But people won't buy. They won't support. I mean, I'm not sure why. I wish I had the answer, but I'm not sure why. Hey Yuri, how you doing, buddy? Nicholas, what's going on? Raphael, like we say in the bit now, no one is making a profit on Kickstarter. Support as much as you can, especially because these creators are putting all the money back into the book. Exactly. Wish them well, but remember the next time they're looking for work, they weren't willing to work with you. And that's the thing is when you support these books, you're also supporting artists and editors and writers and inkers and colorists and logo designers and it's other people. It's this chain reaction where other people get to live their dream and live their life and be happy, and that's all we really want, right? I don't need fame and fortune, but if I could publish books enough to live on and be home and watch my kids grow up, I'm the richest man in the world. I love publishing books. It's a great pleasure for me. It's fun, even when it's not fun. It's fun. Like I have 6 or 7 books being in production right now, and I have plans in motion. The website's almost ready, and we're going to do things. And it's all exciting for me, even if it doesn't go anywhere. I think it will, but even if it doesn't, I'm exciting. I'm excited. I enjoy the process. I enjoy the journey. um, but it's just you look at people complaining, oh, there's nothing new, or I'm tired of this, or I hated that, or I hated that. Okay, but then why don't you go try something new? I see so many posts that, they're saying they hate this show, they hate that show, yada, yada, yada. And I've done a few, but then you don't go support a new creative idea in the hopes that it's good, you know? So I don't understand that at all. I really, I don't understand at all. Um, I don't know. I wish I had the answer. I wish I could help a lot of people, including myself. But I try to in some ways. For example, the writers' contest ended last night at midnight. We had 17 submissions. The last five, I guess I didn't hear from them, so I guess they scrapped it. But 17 is a lot. I've read all but two. I've read them all several times, but two. Um, Again, this is not like, oh, look at me, I'm going to do a writers contest because I'm somebody special. No, it's I figure this is a way to maybe help people with what I'm able to help with. So I will post an update on when I'm going to make an announcement on the winner. Will be this week. I might even do it on the Legendary live stream on Friday. I will announce the winner. I'm excited about it. I'm also going to be accepting submissions for horror stories for the Diary of Dread magazine, starting with issue 2. Issue 1 is already wrapped up, or it's in production, but it's already got its stories. And I'm going to start a sci-fi fantasy magazine in the vein of heavy metal. So I will accept submissions for fantasy or sci-fi or steampunk stories. Now you may ask, well, what does that mean, submissions? Because who are you? Good question. Filbo Publishing is going to be integrating distribution through either Diamond or Lunar and Kickstarters, crowdfunding. We have a decent footing in crowdfunding, despite what you're looking at with the dynamics right now. Tragedy does pretty well. We have backers. So if you submit, you keep the creator-owned rights to your books, and I will discuss the logistics with you if you're interested later. I am publishing someone's book. They will come under my banner for the first time this year, and I am I've already accepted submissions on some stories that will be put in future Filbo publications, and it might benefit some people. It might help. And if it doesn't, you pull out anytime you want. It's fine. So there's that. I used to do the cover contests for Tragedy, which got some people some paid covers and some exposure. I stopped that because people were flaking out on me. So I'm not going to waste my time. It's too much time and too much money and too much effort. So that's that. So the writers contest is done. I'm going to be doing a letters page for the Tragedy trade paperback. If you're interested in writing a letter to Tragedy, it could be like in the vein of the old letters pages. It could be comments about the stories or the characters. It could be questions about where the story's going or what my plans are. It could be, anything. Feel free. You can submit to me. If you DM me on Facebook, I'll give you my email, and you can email me those letters to be printed in the trade paperback. We have a well-known writer who's going to do an introduction/forward in the trade paperback. We have some other goodies we're going to put in the trade paperback. It's going to be over 200 pages collected of the first 5 issues of Tragedy. I'm very excited for that book, and I hope it does well. Anybody got stuff they want to talk about? Throw it out at me. By the way, Connie, just so you know, I don't know if you're aware, in the newest Tragedy book, that's a foil. I wanted to show you what's inside. That is, I love this piece. I mean, I absolutely love it. Connie drew this, and we put it as fan art with her permission in the book. So it is in the back of the book, along with Dustin Tyree, his over here. And in the beginning, we have Alex Bravo. So we did a little fan art in there. I write for story. I don't write for page count. So sometimes, you have to be divisible by 4 when you print. So sometimes we do things like that. I also remind everybody the Kickstarter has been fulfilled, but if you're interested in this prose book from Philbo Publishing, I wrote with a cover by Will Pladen. It's got everything from spirituality to sci-fi to fantasy to um, demons, God, the devil, things like that. I didn't get any feedback from anybody who. I got feedback from 2 people who bought it off the campaign, and they said they loved it. I don't know if they're placating me or if they're being sincere, but they said they really loved it. But I haven't heard back from anybody else, and that's another problem I think we have in the indie community. When people enjoy an indie book, they don't start creating a buzz about it. They don't talk about it. We'll talk about the latest Netflix stream or something like that, or cartoon, but we don't spark interest or conversation about indie books. And I wish more people would. I wish they would, if you really like tragedy, go, oh hey, you guys, you got to check out Tragedy. This book is killing, and I love this character. And that, like, I had some people who read Tragedy run up to me in Vegas. And one guy in particular, he's like, dude, Breath of the Dragon, I totally relate to him. It was amazing. I love his journey, what he's going through, blah, blah, blah. And they talk. And this guy talked to me with the passion of somebody who was talking about Batman. It was so uplifting and humbling and wonderful and amazing. I couldn't believe it. And I was so grateful. Now imagine if he started talking like that on the internet to people, and people started catching interest, and then more people start picking up and reading the book, and then they feel the same way, and you start a buzz. But people aren't doing that. They pick up an indie book they like, and they'll keep coming back and supporting it, but they're not talking about it. They're not spreading the word. Not just saying, "Oh, look at this book." It's, dude, this book was great, or this character, or I love the story arc. That's what we need. We definitely need that. So that would be awesome. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up in a minute. I know it's a short one. I just sometimes your frustrations build so much, you just got to get it out, and you try to do it in a productive way, because you obviously don't want to go nuts on the internet and have crap happen. But it is what it is. It's a phase; it'll pass. But I am going to tell you now, and I know I've shared this a lot. Um, I promise you, this is a badass book. It's a really good book. It's a really good book. It has only art that you may say it's a children's book. It is not a children's book. It is just okay for children to read. It's good for all ages, but it's a superhero book. It's about a family with superpowers. Now you may say, oh, The Incredibles. Well, sort of. I mean, it's a family with superpowers, but that's the extent of its connection to that genre. But it's got action. It's got family dynamics. If you have kids, you really love this book, because of you'll see yourself in it. You'll see your kids in it, how they act, what you put up with as a parent, how much you love them, and they drive you crazy at the same time. There's humor in it. You know, I mean, look at the cover, Dad Bod, for crying out loud, by Kenny Calderon. I really think it's an entertaining book, and there's other stuff on the book. You get sketch covers. Hey Vic, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a long time. We've got beautiful covers from artists. We've got the art books by the Legendary Illustrations artists, and I can show you some of those. There's a video that you can play to see. And if you never got Tragedy, here's your chance before issue 5 comes out in May to catch up. You can get all 4. Ian Churchill cover, Tyler Kirkham cover, Mike DeBalfo cover, and Jose Luis, who's on DC right now, cover. I have Will Spatasio covers, Sean Chen covers, Chance Wolf covers, Geraldo Borges covers, Ryan Kincaid covers. I have a lot of big name covers. I also have some of the best independent artists that you'll ever find. I have covers from them too. But Tragedy 1 through 4, with these covers, you can catch up. You can make anyone a virgin or a foil. And then here's some samples of the art because we have art commission tiers. If you want to get original art by some of these artists, all of these artists are on there. You can get original art from them. I mean, look at this. Incredible. Look at that. And Alex is killing it on my horror books. So is Rod. And there's Mato Zapata. And there's Kevin Stewart, who has a tier right now. So, I mean, look at that. Look at the quality of art you'll get from these guys. And they're all going to do traditional pencil art. It's not going to be digital. All right. I mean, it's going to be an original one of a kind piece. So there's that. But again, I just want to remind you, I mean, I'll play it one more time. What happened? Why are you not playing? It froze? Makes me think of that Limp Bizkit song, Break Stuff. It's just one of those days. All right, why is this not working? I have no idea why it's not working. What happened? Anyway, probably gonna lose everybody here because attention spans are less than ever. Yeah, I just did. Let's try this in. That's another thing. People have no attention spans anymore. If you don't catch them in 3 seconds, they're out. That's a tough thing to be fighting as well. All right, let's try this bad boy again. What do you say? So there that is. That's a trailer by Rob Powers. Um, Now you may be wondering, he says it's not a kitty, but what's with the Hulkopotamus? Okay. Hulkopotamus is a character my 5-year-old daughter created. I put it in the book for several reasons. One, it fits the story. Hulkopotamus, it's a long story, but trust me when I tell you, his being in the book makes sense on a logical, level for a superhero book. It's not corny, stupid, silly. But I will remind you, people looked at Invincible in the beginning. The first 5 issues seemed like a parody book, and then it just went off into this thing. So give it a chance. I think you will not be disappointed. And I think it's well written. I mean, obviously I'm biased, but I'll never tell you I'm a great writer or I'm a bad writer. I will only tell you, go find out. You can't tell me I'm a good writer or a bad writer unless you go find out. So go find out. And as far as Tragedy, which you could pick up on this campaign, Peter David, Chuck Dixon, and Howard Mackey have said that Tragedy is well written. If that's not an endorsement, I don't know what to tell you. They're 3 of the best writers in the industry. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's a dream come true for me to hear that from them. It makes me tingle, but I don't know what to tell you. Tragedy is 3 great writers from Marvel and DC are saying that Tragedy is well written. Go find out. See if they're crazy. So that's the dynamics. No, I have not announced the writers contest winner yet, Kevin. I will be this week. I'll make a post and let everybody know when that's going to happen. Anyway, so that's my spiel. That's it. This is the hill I'm going to die on. It's easy to say you support indie, but you really got to go do it. I hate to say this, but you got to put your money where your mouth is if you want books to continue to be made, because we can't do it without you. We can't keep hemorrhaging money if you don't support us. Um, so please get not. It doesn't have to be mine. Pick an indie book, any indie book. Give it a shot. I can tell you right now, Rabbit's Badass Song by Flash Delirium, Christopher Elston, and his wife Chastity. Um, Relentless Tin Soldier by Nicholas Gear. Um, there's a ton of books, So that's just Alpha Dogs by John Dexter. You know, that's there are books out there that are good. They're entertaining, and I highly recommend. And again, just to show you, we have a tragedy manga coming up. This was the manga cover. It is the foil done for book 4, which has been fulfilled. And this is the Jose Luis cover. And this is the other Kenny Calderon cover. Tragedy 4 has been out. We're going to have a website up soon. We've got some of the art books here for you. Just to show you the art of Will Pladen. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful, right? Cool, man, Aaron. You'll like it. It's good. I like it a lot. Ricardo Silver's art book. Carlos Ramos and Rod Rodolfo. That's only 4 of the 7. I don't have the other 3 right now on me. So check them out. Yeah, Tragedy gets big name covers, and I have 2 big names that are saying they're definitely doing it, but until I get the cover, I don't want to make an announcement. They're big. I'm excited. I'm very excited about these 2 covers coming down the pike. Very excited. As you know, I work with big names in the industry. Because of running my own conventions, I've developed relationships with a lot of big names in the industry. So I have big names tied into my books, tragedy mostly. And I also have some of the strongest, most talented independent artists as well. So when you support me, you're supporting me, and you're supporting all the artists that I support, and you're supporting the colorists and the inker and the letterer and the logo designer. You're supporting a whole plethora of people, and you're affording me the ability to hire other indie artists and other people to help them. We have covers from Kevin Stewart, who's here, which it's back there right now. Sorry, Kevin, but it's an awesome cover. Chris Sotomayor, which is one of the most big time colorists in all of Marvel and DC. He's colored everything and everyone. He colors my book. Alex Sinclair colors. This cover here is illustrated by Jose Luis, who's on DC. It is inked by John Livesay, who inks DC, and it's colored by Alex Sinclair, who is most known for coloring Jim Lee's work, but he's also been doing I don't know if it's Oris or Rice or Ray Race. I'm not sure, but Ivan, who does Superman. So that's the foil, and again, that's Alex Sinclair. I try to bring you quality professional work. I try to bring you quality professional talent. I understand your money is fought hard for jobs that you don't like, and you want to know that your money's going to someplace good. I'm willing to put my reputation on the line that your money's going to something good. And I dare you to go find out. Go find out. Is it going to something good? Tragedy. This is the interior art, just so you know. It's a quality book. And Ricardo is doing beautiful work. So I ask you to give it a try. Tragedy 1 through 4 is on the Dynamics campaign right now. Dynamics is there. Hey, George. George has quickly become one of my favorite people. He is such a good-hearted guy. He's cool. He's down to earth. Great sense of humor. And I'm better looking than him. So when we're together, I feel better about myself. I'm kidding, of course. No, I'm not. But anyway, So tell me I'm wrong. Go buy my books. Tell me they're not quality. If you tell me that, I'll accept it. I'll say thank you for your support, and you move on. You buy something else. But I think if you buy one of my books, you're gonna be back. But you gotta buy one and find out. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. I see no lie. I got to see George at Garden State Comic Fest last weekend, along with Jeff J.M. DeSantis and Jonathan Syfax. And Jonathan was there, and my daughter was talking his ear off, and he was just awesome with her. And it was really kind. He was really cool. You know, it's nice to be around good people because some people need a good kick in the teeth. Anyway, so if you haven't backed Tragedy, if you haven't backed the Dynamics, if you haven't gotten art or one of the art books from the artists that I have the great pleasure of representing, it's all on the Dynamics campaign. The only thing right now that's not on there is this book. If you have read this book, please let everybody know what you thought about it. And if you haven't bought the book, give it a try. And I'll tell you one good reason. The very first story, Withered, continues as a comic book, and it's coming in March. And if you see the pages, they're colored. They're coming in colored. If you've seen the pages, Will's doing a beautiful job. The colorist Fabio is doing a beautiful job. I can't believe it's not but a light spread, Fabio. And Jason Meadows is going to letter. So got a lot coming down the pike. Diary of Dread is going to be kick ass. I really am proud of these stories I wrote. Everybody who reads them says that they are classic EC horror, but they have twists you don't see coming, and they're really good. I was actually grateful because I never wrote horror before, and I didn't know what to expect, and people are loving it. So check out The Devil's in the Details. Okay, if you got nothing better to do. It's a quick, easy read, but I think it's entertaining. You sit on the toilet, you got something to read. It's just $12. You can DM me if you're interested until I get the website up. And art books I've published and other comic titles. Go check out the Dynamics. I'm telling you, it's going to be fun. Get her done. All right. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for letting me vent some of my frustrations. For those of you who are turned off by my frustrations, tough shit. Sorry, but I'm getting tired of that too. 99% of my posts are extremely positive, and the 1% that I was calling out people who were literally coming after my family and my businesses and attacking me and cyber stalking me and all that, I got victim blamed. And I hate to use that word because I'm not a victim, but like they got on me for calling them out. I should just stay quiet, which is always a weird phenomenon for me. When you're a nobody and you stand up for yourself, it's like, oh, dude, what are you doing? Just let it blow off your back. But you're the one who's trying to climb up this hill of becoming known. When you're somebody, like I've seen big name artists, like J. Scott Campbell, some guy critiqued the hell out of a famous cover by J. Scott Campbell. It's a beautiful cover. I love J. Scott Campbell's work. He's amazing. It's why he's rich. It's why he's famous, because he's just that good. And this guy critiqued it, and J. Scott Campbell, and it went viral, and J. Scott Campbell responded because he got mad about it. And everybody cheered him. So you cheer the guy who probably should shrug off the comments, and you get on the guy who is trying so hard to make a name for himself that stuff like that hurts him. It's weird. It's so weird how we favor a celebrity name and the way we treat someone who's not a celebrity. And it drives me nuts because to me, we're all God's children. And even if you don't believe in God, we're all the same. We're all just people trying to get through life. I will treat Mark Silvestri the same way I treat George Medina, with the same respect, the same friendliness, and I'm not going to value one over the other. And we need to stop doing that. Because when you stop doing that, they'll lower their prices. They'll start being friendlier. They'll start talking. I'm not saying Mark Silvestri's not. Mark Silvestri's always friendly. I love Mark Silvestri. But I'm just saying in general, their egos will come down a bit when we stop inflating them. Stop kissing their ass. Stop jumping at the bit just to get them to say hi to you. Stop spending $400 on a shitty ass sketch. I'm just saying. We have the power to change things, but we don't. And then we complain about it. Prices are too high. Well, you're the one who inflated them. You're willing to pay them. Oh, this guy's got an asshole ego. Well, you're the one who's been stroking him for the last 5, 10 years. You and 20,000 other people. What do you expect? You know? There's nothing good written out there right now. It's all garbage. But yet I still have my pull list at the store, and I look at 50,000 Kickstarters and go, bah, I'm not going to spend money on that book. I don't know if that guy's any good. Come on, guys. Can't have it both ways. You want to make change? You want quality entertainment? Support those who are trying to give it. My books have no politics, no social message. If you know what my opinion is on politics or social society, I have failed you as a writer. My opinion doesn't matter. Who gives a shit what I think? You just should care about how I write and if I entertain you. We try to get away from reality in these stories, right? I'm not here to preach at you. My book is not my pulpit. It is not a megaphone. I'm not telling you what to think or you should do this or you're bad if you think this. I don't give a shit about that. I don't fight over politics anymore. I don't fight over sports teams. I don't fight over people that don't give a shit about me. That makes no sense. It makes no sense how we fight over superheroes or writers or politicians or sports guys, and we're fighting over each other's throats, and it's like, yeah, but none of them give a shit about us. What are we doing? It makes no sense. I don't get it. But if we unite and we draw together and we support things that are worth supporting, there you go. You missed the vent. It was minor. It wasn't big, Kevin. It was minor. Next time, check in on time. Damn it. So that's my pontificating for the evening. Forgive me for when I go off. Sometimes it's maddening. I'm 50 years old and I'm looking at the world around me and I'm like, how did it get this bad? How did it get here? I mean, Jesus Christ. What the hell is going on? People have lost their freaking minds, and I don't think anybody. And this is going to sound arrogant, and I'm going to offend people, and it is what it is. It seems like everybody's offended these days. It should be a career that you get paid for. But I don't even. I think we've been inundated so much garbage that we don't even know what quality entertainment is anymore. We've settled, and we don't even realize we've settled. We watch some of these shows, and people rave about how great the show is, and it's like, that was great? This is crap. It's crap. Walking Dead hadn't been good for ages, but we just sop up all the crap because that's what we're used to. And then when something of quality comes along, like Breaking Bad or Justified, it seems like this overwhelming, amazing thing because we're so inundated and used to crap. I think that we have become desensitized to shit entertainment. There was a time where we laughed at B movies, we knew they were crap, and maybe we enjoyed them for being crap. Now we're mistaking and conflating crap with quality stuff. And is that because people are telling us that we're supposed to like it and we don't realize it? Is that because we're so inundated with crappy entertainment that we just got used to it and immune to it? I don't know. But I really think, and people make good points that it's not so much that there's more crap out there. It's just that it's easily accessible now because of the internet. The crap has a way to get out there now where it didn't in the past. And there's absolute truth to that. I agree. But I also think there's a lot more crap. Because of that outlet, people feel they can just put out whatever and they put it out. But I watch people watching Jackass, for example. I know that's years ago. I'm dating myself, but watching people kick themselves in the nuts and they're like, this show's great and it does millions of dollars. What is wrong with us? That's great. You watch that. I watch cartoons. I heard somebody get mad at me because I said that last Thundercats cartoon was ridiculous, and they got mad at me and they said how great it was. We've just got complacent with what we've been fed. Yeah, I agree, Sean. Hey, On, how are you? On, ooh, hang on. Where'd it go? Too many books. Ah, got it. I knew it was over here. I want to show you the latest cover from On Vu for Tragedy. And this is the foil of On. Did you get your comps? And oh, that's not the latest. That's issue 3. Sorry, this is the Puppet Master from issue 3. This is one of my favorites. And then issue 4 I have in there somewhere, and I have a foil. On has done 2 covers for me, and they're beautiful. You should hire On. She's awesome. Oh, you got your book today, Sean? Awesome. That came late though. I'm so surprised. Everybody else got there sooner. Post office has been weird. But On is an amazing artist and a wonderful human being. She's one of the good ones in the world, and you should hire her. She's definitely awesome. Support On Vu. If you see her at a show, go say hi. And I don't know what she likes, but if she likes coffee, buy her coffee. Oh, good. Okay. Good, On. Let me know when you read Tragedy 4 and what you think, okay? Because you've been reading it and keeping up with it. All right. Again, I'm not trying to sound like a bitter, cranky little nobody. And maybe that's what I'm being, but it gets frustrating when you feel you are putting out quality entertainment and you're watching people sop up all the crap and not give you a chance. So spread the word. What do you got to lose? You buy one book. You like it. You found something new to enjoy. If you don't, you have toilet paper for a few days, or you can gift it to somebody, or you can vent your frustrations and DM me and go, you know what, I spent $15 on your book and it sucked. I can take it on the chin. It's okay. It's all right. But give it a shot. You got everything to gain and nothing to lose. What's $15? What's $10? What's I randomly saw you on my recommended. Hello, how are you? I'm an independent publisher, and I was talking about my books and just the indie comic scene in general, and promoting my current Kickstarter. Um, if you want to go back and look at the video and take a look, I'd be grateful to check it out. I have books like Tragedy. This is my flagship title. And I have my book right now, The Dynamics, which is live on Kickstarter. And I won't go through everything. I'll just show quickly. There's a cover by Kenny Calderon. That's The Dynamics. It's a family with superpowers. And that's basically what we're going on about. Yeah. All right. Oh, I didn't even know you backed it, On. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I don't really. No, don't. You never have to apologize for not having money to back at all. Not a problem. Appreciate coming out to say hi and see what's going on. Never apologize. Like I said, I get some people don't have money, you can't back or whatever. I don't expect you to spend money you don't have. But if you have money and you're interested in something new and entertaining, I ask you to give it a shot. That's it. Alrighty then. So real quick rundown. Dynamics is live now. February is the first month I do not have a campaign in 7 months. So it'll be a nice little break. Withered launches in March. It's not part of Filbo Publishing, but I'm launching an April campaign for Alpaca Publishing. They are in South America, and I'm doing the Kickstarter for them. Contagio, which is a post-apocalyptic zombie book. I'm going to be starting to promote that very soon after Dynamics is over. That's in April. May is Tragedy 5. It's going to be awesome. It's the climactic conclusion to the first story arc. I'm really excited about that. The book is looking beautiful. Ricardo's kicking ass on it. It's being lettered and colored now. Then in June, we have something I'm going to announce soon. I am publishing someone else's IP that I believe in, and we're going to publish that. And July is the trade paperback for Tragedy, which is going to have some great goodies in that. And then Dynamics 2 and Wither 2 somewhere around August or September. And then Diary of Dread in October. And it's going to be a great way to round out the year. I've got a bunch of other books going into production soon and rolling out in the following year. And we're going to keep putting out titles and stories. We're going to go through distribution. We're going to go through crowdfunding. Filbo Publishing is going to move fast. It's going to grow fast with your help. And I'm going to be seen everywhere. So you're either going to love me or hate me, but either way, I'm going to be everywhere. So jump on this train because it's moving forward at a fast pace and it is going places. Get off my lawn. The content is all fat, no protein. He's a mess. Kevin is a mess. All right. I appreciate it, guys. Support your local artists. Support your indie publisher. Support your indie campaigns if you could, please. Give new things a try. Right? There's no harm in giving something new a try. You might just be surprised. All right. Friday, I will be live as usual at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on my page with Kenny Calderon and Will Pladen. We do the live Legendary Illustrations art stream where they draw live. You can draw along with us, and we will show your art live. We talk comics. We talk stuff. I talk Filbo Publishing. We talk Kenny and Will and Legendary Illustrations, and we'll even talk pop culture, yada, yada, yada. So come on out, 7 p.m. Friday, Eastern Standard Time. I might make the the writer contest announcement on that live stream, if not a separate one. I will figure that out tonight and let you know. Jason Meadows, what's going on? Yeah, sure, I'll start over. Jason Meadows is the awesome letterer on pretty much every book I do right now. The man is lightning quick. The man is phenomenal. I saw that you sent me the DM. I'll take a look at it, Jason. And Jason is one of those guys that you really can count on. When you need something done, it was done yesterday, and it's done right. And if there is any edits or there are any issues, he has no ego. You go back and you say, hey, I need this, and he just goes and does it. I've driven him crazy, I'm sure, and he says not a word. He just gets it done. He's a true professional. He's a true friend. He's a true colleague, and I love working with Jason. And if you want your book lettered, reach out to me because he's a quality letterer, and he gets it done fast. I also represent artists like Kevin Stewart. Just reach out to me, DM me if you'd like to commission them. You go to the Dynamics campaign, you'll see some samples of their artwork. I will have a site up very soon. Unfortunately, someone hacked my last website. They got through. There's someone that's been cyber stalking me and doing things to me for a long time. So I just took down that page and started new, where everything is under filboentertainment.com. All right. I'm going to leave you with what I always leave you with. Be legendary and have fun storming the castle.